Alright, so I made up this trophy for a little competition we have where we get drunk and play in a racing simulator. Not real drunk driving, a racing simulator. And I wanted to make a fairly accurate road sign. In the process, I made this a little bit thicker than I needed. The intent was to use a silk white and a silk green to try and make it look reflective like a real road sign. I ended up getting rid of that one entirely and making another one that had a little bit more layering to it. In this case with a single layer of green and a single layer of white in the front, using that silk material because it's kind of translucent. And behind that having the thicker material, using a little bit more. The depth of this, I wanted to have some white behind it to try and give the green a little bit brighter, more reflective color. Behind that, of course, there's layers of silver and whatnot. So this was what I ended up finishing with. And I went through a number of different versions of this, trying to come up with like different surface patterns and whatnot. Playing with using like the Hilbert curve to see if maybe that would create a more reflective looking, accurate road sign. Ultimately, I decided against that, and I ended up just using regular old PLA for the green. Turns out the silk was just simply too reflective. So I'll go through a couple examples here and show you what I'm talking about. So this was the first one. It was 1 millimeter thick, all silk, and I used Hilbert curve on it. It was just too hard to read. Next one, it was all silk again, but I made it thinner, only 0.6 millimeters thick, and I tried using monotonic. It looked okay, better, but still not really readable. Second one, I did 2 layers of matte behind the silk, and it looked better. It was more readable. It's getting progressively easier to read. I tried going back using Hilbert curve, and yeah, it doesn't work. So I stopped doing that. Next, I tried doing just a single layer of both green and white silk with regular PLA behind it. And it, again, better, but still not quite right. Then I made one that was just entirely regular, plain PLA, no silk at all. And I hated how nice that one looked, so I tried one more time putting just 1 layer of silk white on the front. Still green, standard PLA, but it gives just a little bit of reflective quality to that white, and I decided this is the way I liked it. So I'm kind of look at all of them real quick. You can see how they get progressively easier to read as I go down, and I think the final result, having just that little bit of reflective white, makes it look a little bit more like a regular road sign.